Hi, I'm recording now.
Hi. Okay, well, we had our little private catch up. So now I wanted to save this public catch up for the public because look at your hair. Do some
Yeah,
fluffing and floofing. Let me see that.
it's it's
Oh,
all
God,
purple,
it's
blue, and pink.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
I almost put some hair chalk in just to compete with you because, I'm so envious. I have hair envy. But it looks so pretty. Chalk just wouldn't compare. So I did do some gray
You can
spray.
put chalk in your hair and it'll color it.
It's hair chalk. Yeah, it's like these little things that are like clams, and you put it on your head and you pull a streak through. It's fun. Layla and I do makeovers all the time, but it
Oh,
gets everywhere. So I mean, it's chalk. It's like coloring chalk in your hair. But wow, it's so pretty. You have the universe growing out of your head.
I
Look at
love
that.
it. I love
I want to throw like glitter at you to put the stars inside your nebula.
it.
Or is a nebula a star? I don't know, space words.
Nebula. It sounded dirty. I want to put stars in your nebula. Nebula. It sounded really sexual.
Oh, that's funny because today I was thinking about how you and I just, our relationship has morphed, and we're not flirty like we used to be. It has become like
Yeah.
more sisterly, and so yeah, I'm gonna throw some stars at your nebula later. We
I'm
still
down.
got it.
I'm into it. Oh God. Speaking of change, a lot has changed. And
Yes.
I don't know. I know you and I don't talk as much
Mm-hmm.
anymore, and that makes me so sad. But I also feel like
I
we've
know you
discussed it
get.
before.
Yeah,
We're
you get
transitioning.
worried still.
Yeah.
Do you still, how like thick? I'm going to use the word thick. How thick is your worry about it? Is it like a lot better than it was?
Between 1 and 10, 10 being
Yes.
like the highest, I would
Yes.
say it's at about a 6.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
5 or 6. But I know we're just transitioning to a different dynamic because we're not doing
Mm-hmm.
Stardust as much anymore. So that
Mm-hmm.
what that originally brought us together with
Mm-hmm.
is now kind of gone a little bit. It's still kind of here, but it's not as active. So I feel like
Yes. Because
we have
our
to,
spacemen, this Stardust, the group, the videos was our big common bond that we were both so passionate about. And just in life, you grow and you change. And I don't mean to say that we've outgrown it, but you can't stay in the same place forever.
yeah,
You have to try new things and, whatever. And our interests aren't in the same places, and that's okay. And a lot of your stuff, I think the reason that we're kind of, not necessarily splitting paths, but doing our own thing is because you are a young person and you have like a life. You have to do that thing called career or whatever it is.
I know it's so hard. It's so
I
hard adulting. I'm sorry.
Yes.
You
And
think I can't do it? Can you do it
I
for
would
me?
hate it. Well, I'm going to have to do it to some degree too, but I've done my bulk of it. I got like 25 years on you or something. So a lot of my adulting was nannying and, things like that. It wasn't like a big ass career, but yes, I feel like, by the time I get my career going, I'm gonna be ready to retire. So my challenges aren't going to be like yours. And you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it's natural that we're going to go in different places a little bit, but, still maintain our love and our connection. So
yeah.
I don't
I
have a
want to
fear
come.
of that.
I want to come visit you at some point when I have the money and stuff. I'm kind of poor right now.
I know well, you and I always say that, and that's okay.
I
That's not going to
have
be true
plenty.
for
What I mean by
forever.
poor is like I don't have any free spending money, but I have like an emergency fund and shit like that.
Yeah.
So I'm
And I'm a
okay.
really simple girl. I can totally afford to do all the things that I want to do, but I am by no stretch rolling in dough, not yet. But it'll happen.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty,
I was
you
just
know.
about to say we're both still young, but I'm not.
No, you're
It's
still
okay.
young. You're still young. You still got a lot to do. You have a lot to
That's
do.
true. That's true.
I'm
Got a
just
lot on my
learning.
list.
I'm learning basic life experience shit that I've already been through. So it's yeah,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
different.
And it's still just for the people out there listening to us. Yeah, going on. She and I, we still do our the same things in different ways, in different, contexts. And we don't always put it together, but like, for example, our eating stuff, you're really learning how to be disciplined and aware of what you put into your body so you quit being sick. And I'm learning how to be disciplined and become aware of my body. So, I know to follow cues and stuff. I just, it's in my own show. I'll talk about that over there, but how I just don't even know. I'm either really hungry or really full. There's like no in
Yeah.
between with me.
Yeah.
So I'm figuring that out. But interesting that, we're both doing a kind of food and nutrition
Yeah.
thing in order to
My
find self-love and care about ourselves and,
Oh
things
my
like that.
God. I know we want to talk to Sam and all them, but he's like enjoying hearing us talk about
This is
all of
kind
this
of a
stuff.
catch-up thing
It's a
too,
catch up thing
yeah.
because, to be honest, I haven't been talking to Sam like hardly ever, every like maybe once a week, every 2 weeks. And
Yeah, let's talk
he's
about
over
that a little bit.
dramatic. He's so over dramatic. He's like more like once a month. No. So it's not that bad, but I don't talk to him as much. And
Yeah.
you haven't even been visiting me. He says he has, but I don't remember. So it doesn't count. Anyway, I just he says it's hard to visit because of all the roommates I have, which
Gosh,
update,
I
I
bet.
have 7. There's 7 of us in this house.
I
It's
thought there were like 11 by now. So you're
Oh
doing
no,
good. I
we're
thought your
doing good.
cult had expanded.
Actually, we had 11 and it went down to 7. So
See, I knew that it was going up and up and up. I was like, I don't know how she does that. How the hell does she do that?
no, it's good. It's good
I mean,
stuff.
I know there's circumstances right now that, everybody's just kind of rolling with
Yeah,
things.
yeah, because the pandemic, everyone losing their
Yeah.
job, and like
Hmm.
it's just not. California is an expensive place to live, so it
Hmm.
just makes everything easier if everyone just like live
Comes to
together.
the Heather cult.
Come to the Heather Cult and you'll be fine. We have snacks.
Snacks. I'll be there. Okay, so why aren't you let's start with that. Why aren't you connecting with Sam as often? What's going on in
um, because
cult
I'm
Heather?
Cult Heather, which that's a really funny story. Um, it's because I'm like we were talking about earlier, focusing on my human life
Hmm.
and growing up because I'm only 26. There's still a lot for me to learn and to
Right.
gain. And I want to focus more on my writing career because it kind of
Hmm.
took a pause a little bit. I'm not working as fast as I want to in the industry as
Hmm.
quickly as I want to be bleh,
Taboo.
um, to boo. Um, and so my priorities have just changed. And
Hmm.
I was also going through like some mental health issues at the same time. So I needed to take a break. And then there was a rough patch with me and Josh. So I had to I just, and for a long time, the spiritual community has really turned me off. So, and it was like for a few months, I just kind of like backed off. I was just gone and, finding myself, this new sense of self. Um, she was always there. She was just quiet and in the back. And
Hmm.
I had this newfound self-love I've never had before. I give less of a shit now what people
Hmm.
think of me. I even like when I get angry about something now that used to like just be with like I would hang on to it for days, like somebody like posting a different opinion on Facebook or whatever. That shit would piss me off or whatever, and I usually just ignore them.
Hmm.
But nowadays, I don't even get angry for like a minute. I just quickly let it go because I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Who gives a shit? None of this is important. None of this fucking matters. But I mean, not saying that what's going on in the world doesn't matter. I'm just
Hmm.
saying like I don't know, like the person and their opinion's not that big of a fucking deal, you
Hmm.
know.
Hmm.
But that's just where I'm at in my headspace. I've grown up a lot. I'm not like an adult and I don't know everything. I still have a lot to learn.
Yeah, you won't because being almost 50, I still you like kind of cap out. You still grow and you grow and grow and you learn and evolve, but you eventually, when you're an adult, you're an adult. You're
Yeah.
an adult now. There's still room to grow and evolve, but it's not like it's not that I'm more wise than you are. I just have more life experience because,
Yeah.
been alive longer.
Yeah, I'm just not as insecure anymore. I don't have that little it's a subtle change, but it feels so significant in
Hmm.
how I behave now because I'm not as self-conscious. I'm not as I don't second guess, and
Hmm.
I don't know, I really stepped into my power here. It's just to put it bluntly.
I have too, in my own ways, of course, but I think that, yours has a whole lot to do with like community and the bigger picture, and a personal thing too, whereas I feel like mine is always like more on a smaller scale, personal. Do you get what I mean? It's like
Yeah,
you
I
want to
get what
like
you mean.
change the world, and I'm just trying to take care of me and Mariana and whoever else is in that, that spirit bloodline or whatever. um but again, going back to how we do about a lot of the same things, I had my stuff with my husband, my mate. Mine was way more radical than you, and that was a big giant chunk, a big surrender moment for me. He and I had a shift, and there's so much more peace around here. It's so nice. I talk about that on my show, so I won't go too much into it. But I know that I have a lot of people over here that pay attention to here, but don't follow the other one. But it was like one of those. Just briefly, it was one of those things that you read about all the time, about when your energy shifts, the universe will quit providing you with opportunities to learn, which are, another way of saying fucked up shit. So I finally got to a place where I was done with the fucked up shit. And I said, I'm done. I surrender. I don't give a fuck what comes next. I just can't deal with the way things are anymore. And
Yeah.
then 2 days later, my husband had his own shift and had a big eye opener. And I just absolutely can't believe that this happened. I never expected it from a muggle. And I mean, for real, he's not on the same spiritual path we are. And, I keep surrendering over and over all these false beliefs, and I see it and I recognize it when patterns happen. I get why. And I don't always know the answer, but I get there eventually. I have that faith. And I just really, I never expected it from somebody who's so 3D and grounded and not on a spiritual path, but it makes sense. I mean, you marry somebody like me, it's gonna, trickle into you. But I thought that these fights we had would be the cause for our divorce. But now that we've had this shift, I mean, I don't know what our future is, but that's not going to be it. We have such a peace, and a friendship is regrowing. And so that has really been a big change in my life. And
Good.
the last, I feel like it, unless there's some other universal surprise, which, there oftentimes is my self-image. And I got to get past this feeling of insecurity about my outside, my package. And I feel like that's it. I feel like once I cross that threshold, and I don't know how it's going to be, because all of my other surrenders have been radical, angry rages that I call exorcisms. But I'm not that angry. I don't know if I'm going to have a big meltdown tantrum over this or not. We'll see.
Let's see.
But I wanted to ask you something else, because I haven't mentioned this to you. I'm going to go back to the spacemen for a minute. And I'm almost afraid to say this to you, but here I go. But I've started to wonder if my spaceman Avery is real.
I know. I do the same. Like, I don't even know. I don't even,
But here's my twist on it. It's not that I think that he is imaginary, but I wonder if he's actual physical, because there is an energy. There's something there that I love. It's not a fictional character in a book.
Okay, you're in that phase then. Okay,
yeah.
so you're moving ahead. So I've been there. Okay. This is a very typical phase in the whole thing. Okay. You're like, okay, he's real because this energy is too strong, but is he physical? Like, is he real how I think he's real? Kind of thing.
But here's the difference too, is that I don't care, because I've never had visions of him. I've never like really talked to him. So it's very much like a relationship with spirit. So if he ends up just being spirit, then I'm just fine with that. I didn't have all the, oh my God, my cult, I'm leading everybody down this fantasy with me.
Yeah.
So let me just ask, I don't know if Avery's there or not, but Avery and Sam, are you guys still real? Or you pretend now?
Sam is smiling. He's like, yes, we're still real. I'm trying to, so
How's
we're going to jump into, I'm going to get into that. So we're going to jump now into like talking to them and having the Stardusters ask their questions, whatever the fuck. But I haven't been channeling for months. So I'm a little rusty. So there's some questions or some things I may not be able to answer because I can't hear it as quick, and I just
what I want you to do? There's so many mediums that will just give an answer. I want you to just flat out have
No, that's what I was gonna say. I can't.
The example. Good for you. Yeah, because I would rather hear you say, I'm not sure, I'm too rusty, than just come up with something you think I want to hear.
Yeah, no. Okay. Hold on. So I have a question. Are you guys physical beings? Okay, he says yes. But he's saying something about we're not as physical as you think we are.
Interesting.
he's saying not meaning we're not in the same dimension as you, because we are,
Huh.
because then you wouldn't even be able to see us at all with the physical eyes, but we can transport ourselves. I don't like using that word transport. I'm nitpicking at his words. He's like, why not? Just because it makes it sound like you get into a machine, or you're like in Star Trek and you're transporting yourself from off the ship onto the planet, you know? Anyway, it's not like that. It's more like astral, is it?
Okay.
Yes. So that's what he means. They can astral project themselves. Um, and he's saying for many of us, that makes do
Mm-hmm.
for our visitations with
Okay.
humans, because physically is so much more difficult.
Mm-hmm.
It becomes harder. Has it become harder since the pandemic? Yes, very, and dangerous for us.
How come?
Is it because of the you could get the
Are you
virus? No,
susceptible?
no, not at all. He said we can be, but I doubt it. Like if there were, it's somehow, you know how the virus, I think it jumped from an animal to humans. The same
Okay.
kind of concept. Maybe it could. You don't
Theoretically, it
know.
could mutate through something, 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 but as it is,
It
no.
says we don't want it to mutate. It probably won't. It would take a lot for that to happen.
Okay.
Um, he's quiet, or I'm not hearing. So
I'm going to ask again, just to ask, what is the challenge of visiting us during COVID?
everyone's home, and because of that,
Ah,
everyone's paying attention more. And it's not that we're not allowed to be seen, it's that we don't want to, us personally. I'm saying we're not speaking for other, beings that are out there. I'm speaking for us. We are very private individuals.
mm-hmm.
We don't like people in our business. It's very, and he's going like this, and he's saying, so like Stardust, he's saying that's outside, not, he didn't say this, but this is the equivalent to what he said,
Okay.
our comfort zone.
Okay.
Um, yeah, breaking out of our shell. And it's just the right amount of comfort, because it's just the right amount of people that pay attention to it. It's not a huge crowd.
Mm-hmm.
So many humans talk about disclosure, but what about our comfort?
Yeah,
You
good
want
point.
us to reveal ourselves and show ourselves to you, but what if we're not comfortable with that? Um,
Yeah, you guys don't really have anything to gain from that, I feel like. It'd be
no, we don't. He says, no, we don't. We already have connections with your governments and who's in charge.
uh-huh.
Um, even if those people don't want those people in charge, he says that doesn't matter, that's not my problem. That's human problems. But he didn't say that exactly, but that was kind of like him, like he gestured like that doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He says that's what's in it for us, is communication with those in charge, so that we can remain peaceful,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so that when your species is ready, it is the time for you to be more upfront and open with the extraterrestrials who want to be. Um, it's not going to be as scary. It's not going to be a rough transition. It'll be like an easy transition, peaceful transition, because we're already in communication.
Mm-hmm.
We're just going to switch to communication with the public now, general public. Um, but for us, we're private people. So even when that does happen, we as a species, as Sarsahr,
You keep to yourselves.
yeah, we'll keep to ourselves regardless. So even if like extraterrestrials were to be like living among us and we're all talking and everything's like totally open and out there, they would still just keep to themselves. That's just how they are. Um,
God, we're gonna be in there like paparazzi. We want to know more.
yeah. So, they're talking about how somebody who wanted to learn about us so much, that was new to us. And so we decided to hand out a little trust to the humans that were interested. Um, and he said, and he's talking about, and one of them I just so happened to fall in love with. He's talking about me. So it turned out to be good.
Aw, aw.
Yeah.
So Sam, tell me the truth. How are you feeling about like both perspectives, your personal feels and your expanded viewpoint of Heather's growth and kind of pulling away and being, human. How does that make you feel? And how does that make you feel?
He says it makes me sad, but I'm proud. I'm happy for her. He's saying, I don't understand exactly, but I know as a human, she needs this.
Mm-hmm.
There's something like some things he's saying something about like some things he still doesn't understand, maybe like some concepts or something. But he says, I know that he's saying I had to accept humans operate differently. He said, I'm still learning about humans and about how they are. And I was really frustrated with my wife because for so long, he was just he wants to think everyone's the same, no matter the species kind of thing. And he said, we are, but there are some subtle differences. I just didn't want to admit that. So he said, once I accepted that, it became easier to forgive her for being away. And it became okay. Like I knew she would come back when it was time to come back. And she said she would. She said she would. And she's kept her promise thus far.
Aw. You know what that makes me feel like?
What?
Is the way I don't know. Oh, I don't hate to make it all about me, but I had to let go. I had to let go of the 20s. And that also makes me feel a little bit like that was my fantasy land.
Yeah.
Those twins.
Yes.
And letting that go, I'm back in my 3D world.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they'll come back or not. I had to accept that it doesn't matter, but I'm not married to them. So
yeah.
Got that.
Yeah. Once I let go of Sam a little bit, meaning like just not talking to him every day and like let go of Stardust. I feel like I had a hard time believing if he was real or not because we didn't have that. Wasn't always feeling him all the time. If something's not staring at you in the face anymore, it's becomes hard for it to stay in your reality. And but I've had so many physical experiences that I can't deny unless I'm really that good at hallucinating, which I've hallucinated before, went on drugs and stuff, and it's not like that. So
everybody mark the time stamp of when she just said, I've had too many experiences to deny that it's real. Reminder of this moment.
I'll still slip, but
of course.
I've woken up with hickeys and marks and things before. I've had so many like instances where it doesn't feel like a dream. I'm awake and I'm touching him and it's happening. So
See, I hope that still happens, but my guides have, they went out of their way to lie to me. So everything I've been told is either it might or it might not. So I just can't believe everything wholeheartedly anymore. That was the point. But maybe that's just part of my pendulum. Maybe I'll come back to a place of trusting. We'll see.
Yeah. I think that's it.
Do you have fear of Heather getting the corona cooties?
Somewhat. Not the corona cooties. I made him smile. But I know she's safe, and if she's, he's talking about like with as many roommates and people I'm around, I probably already had it, which I probably did.
Okay.
Because back in February, my roommate got so fucking sick and she had to go to the hospital. They didn't know what it was. They tested her for the flu. They tested her for pneumonia, everything. And it just all came out negative. And this was right before like it was supposed to officially have come to the US, but they're pretty sure it had been here long before that. So I wouldn't be surprised.
If I had it too. But I don't know how long we're immune. Is it forever or
no,
3
after
months?
A few months or 3 months or something like that.
I don't know.
But anyway,
I don't think it's in our contract. I don't think we're allowed to get the
I don't even care anymore. Honestly, like if I get sick and die, then no more student loan debt. Either way, positives.
I don't have fear for myself, but I can't help but be just not concerned, but cautious because I don't want to,
I'm not
responsible for somebody else either fearing it because I don't look safe or actually like, passing it along. But
Yeah.
I don't have a real big fear of it. In fact,
Mm.
we talked about it before. I'm having a great experience with the coronavirus. Hasn't done
Yeah.
anything to slow me down. It's just benefited me. What about
Yeah.
the babies though? Because they're part human. Do you have any fear about them, or are they just so safe and swaddled in their little mountain world?
We worry when we bring the humans onto the base, which is why we've also limited contact during this
Ah,
time.
mm-hmm.
Which is why he hasn't brought me over there. So he hasn't brought me
Oh,
over there.
right, because it could be like on our clothes or something. Who knows?
Yeah. He said, and you're asymptomatic. Some people don't show the symptoms.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah. And I don't want to get my baby girl sick. And, some people, it's such a like, people with this situation are so black and white. They're either like so fearful, they're inside 24/7. They won't even go out to go grocery shopping. Everything's delivered. And,
Mm-hmm.
they're overzealous about being, I don't even think I used that word right. But I'm gonna overzealous.
I like it. I'm keeping it. Go.
They're doing too much. And
Mm-hmm.
then you have these other people who are also doing too much, but they don't give a shit at all. And then they get mad at people who are wearing masks. They refuse to wear them, and they're like, "My
I
freedom."
know
And
it
I'm like,
became like a war, a mask,
I
no
know.
mask war. I mean, if it
Sam's
makes
laughing.
people,
He's saying he was can turn almost anything into wars, and this has convinced me. He said, "Never before have I seen." He said, when we first heard about this virus, we thought, okay, maybe now they will come together, because the last time we had a pandemic before in the early 1900s, people
right?
didn't come together. And he's like, but he thought, humans have grown a lot since then.
All
So
right, let's see what the next
yeah,
pattern it does.
he said, no, it turned into the same thing, and you guys are fighting over something that you should just be together on. Just
Just wear it. Just it's not political. It's
I
not
know.
intelligence. It's not anything else. Just
It's not
here's
living in fear. It's like,
and if
don't be
some
a dick.
people don't be a dick, there's science number one, and have compassion for those that can't overcome their fear.
Yeah.
And just wear it to make them feel better. Why can't you do that for another human being? I don't get that. And don't forget that people that are living in fear, I know I live in this 3D world, but I also see the expanded viewpoint. And this is also, a way in which their soul wanted for them to learn and grow from. So let them have their experience without judgment. Just be glad that you're not in a place of fear, that your soul self didn't choose for you to have this particular strife.
Yeah.
Be
It's
nice
not
to
like it's
them.
affecting you any. You're still able to go out and shit. Just
To let something as simple as a mask make you that angry, to me, I'm just making this up right now, but I think it's a truth. To me, it feels like you're just using this to avoid some other inner work that you need to deal with, because wearing a mask is not that big of a deal.
it's not. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I actually just went to go get a massage today while
Oh yeah,
wearing a mask.
did you guys both wear masks? Is that
Yeah.
how it went? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's fine. It was great. Fucking, I feel amazing.
Oh, I
So
need one. Come on, hook me up, fairy girl. Help me find a safe place. Thanks.
every time we sneeze or cough, we're always like COVID in the house.
Us too. Yes, we're always contaminating each other with another sneeze or whatever.
Yeah.
So, how is Alice doing? What, like how, give me some like baby steps. What is she doing? She's rolling around,
She's
walking,
walking.
toddling. What? Sorry.
um,
Ah!
a little bit. How good is she at walking? She's very good. To him, he's proud little papa right now. I'm sure she's not like a pro at it. She's probably
Right. So,
falling. He's
oh my
saying he's getting a
gosh.
little defensive. He's like, no, she's got the hang of it.
What tell me like a cute, sweet, funny thing that she does that you would like tell your, because look what my little baby does. What does she do that's so
What does
sweet to
she do?
you?
She brings me her toys.
Oh,
When she thinks I'm sad or stressed, she'll bring me
that sweet
toys.
baby.
Is she talking? Trying to? Yes. Is it English? No, it's Sarsahr. But she has a hard time speaking it.
Interesting.
Does she have the vocal cords? He's saying, I don't think so. I don't think she has the vocal cords to speak her language. She tries, and it
Interesting.
makes these cute little noises. What does she say? Can you imitate? He feels silly trying to imitate her.
Do it. We
Imitate
can't
her.
hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah. He's like, baba, or something like that.
Oh my gosh, that's so weird. See, I'm like totally into this, but I'm like, is it real? This feels real to me. Oh my gosh, that's so sweet.
Oh, okay. So what about Star Fairy? Is Did you ask Avery to come?
Yes, I've been
Okay.
screaming at him. Sorry.
It's okay. Okay. Avery. Okay. He's here. He's here. He has such long hair.
Hi, spaceman.
He says hi, it's been a while.
It has been a while.
He's asking how's my girl doing? Yeah.
Well, I want to know if you know. Do you know how I'm doing?
I
Sorta?
in a way, yeah, I check on you. Um
Do you feel pulled away from me at all and like involved in your
a little
personal
bit.
life?
He
Yeah.
says a little bit. And it made me feel guilty. And then I would go and check on you and see how like almost like frantic in a way, like to him, because you're all over the place, going everywhere, doing stuff. He's like, okay,
Yes.
we're on the same page, just in different places.
Oh, I have a question for him.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm taking an active role in trying to like detach from the twins. I still enjoy fantasizing about them, but I just want to stop because it's nothing but unrequited love I'm chasing. I get that. So I've been like trying to connect with him more often, um but because I know, that he shares that higher self with Eric, I've been going to one notch above and just like covering them all, Maurice, Eric, Avery, all of them. Do you feel that in the same way because I specifically call on him too?
He says, I have to know when you're doing it. Sometimes I can feel you thinking about me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Sometimes it feels good. Well, he says, honestly, it always feels good. Um, Sam got embarrassed listening to this. Okay.
It's just meditating, Sam. It's not too sexy. Just love.
He says, no, it's not.
Okay.
um, so how's Star Fairy? How's Star Fairy doing? She's walking a little bit, attempting to. She does good, but she's wobbly on her feet trying to stand. She'll take a step and then fall. So
She
she's
better get some lessons from baby Alice.
well, Alice is older, so yeah, makes sense. Um, but she's getting there, and my mother helps a lot more.
Oh, how come? Just because she's like all over the place?
No, it's like almost like she demanded, like she got upset, like I
Oh,
take care of this.
good. Because you were trying to be super dad. Oh, good.
He said I got tired. He said I'm still super dad. Um, they did take Starfairy and Alice like on like a play date together
Yeah.
outside
Yeah.
before it got too cold. Um, what? Alice likes the cold? Oh God, that is not my daughter. I'm
She's
kidding.
not your child. She's
That's
not yours.
I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. She likes the leaves that fall down.
Oh, how
Um,
pretty. How sweet.
that's why she likes it. And then they bundle her up, so it's not like she really feels cold. So that's cheating.
Let me ask you, spacemen, now that these, they're not little itty bitty infants that sleep for 20 hours a day.
Mm,
How do you guys like, I don't even know how to say it right, but keep the memory alive of the mommies? How do they know we exist or what happens with
yes.
that?
Oh, I'll have Avery go first, and then you can go. So with Avery, he says I talk about you every day to her in the morning. Um, I talk about just even here. Can you restate that? Remind her who her mother is, what she looks like, her personality, and what makes you laugh and stuff. Um, Something will happen throughout the day that reminds me of you, and if Star Fairy's there with him, he'll say, your mom would have found that funny, or your mom would have said this, or your mom likes things like that, or whatever. Like, he said that's how I incorporate her, and I mean you, into the everyday life.
Thank you. Thank
Um,
you.
she has like this little rattle, like it's not plastic, it's like a soft rattle, like a plushy rattle. Um, and he holds on to it when it's just she speak English a little bit. He's teaching her English. So she knows mama so far in English, and she'll hold on to the plushie and say mama, like that's mama. The
Oh my
plushie.
gosh.
That sounds so cute.
I need to rub it on me and put my
Yeah.
smell on it. Oh.
He's like, yeah, you do. We'll have to do that at some point, but not, anytime soon. Uh,
How do you teach her how to say mama? Can you say it?
he says, yes, I can speak English.
I didn't know. I
Yeah,
thought you
he
just
teaches her
chirped.
English, and then, yeah, he says she's going to be bilingual, raising her to be bilingual.
Cool.
Okay, Sam, what was the question again? Something
How
about
do they
the,
like
the moms.
honor or not honor you, but keep you in their thoughts? I don't know how to say it, but you know what I mean.
He says that he doesn't do what Avery does. He actually doesn't do as much like Avery does, so he kind of feels a little.
Uh-oh.
You feel bad? It's all right.
Well, don't forget, Avery has daddy issues, so he wants to be super parent. So
He says I probably should. I just don't think that Alice. To him, he thinks Alice already understands and
okay.
knows who um, her mother is and why she's not there. She's saying that Alice is really intelligent. She's very self-aware and looks around a lot with like, not like how a little kid would look around. He's saying it's like
More
this sense.
contemplative, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Um, she has great empathy, he says. So she can understand complex emotions that she sees.
Wow.
So she sees someone really upset. She understands when there's a turmoil going on, and she wants to help them, heal them.
Aw. It's a toy.
Yeah.
It's a toy.
She says that she's very touchy, which they're not like that. So
Interesting. How do you feel about that when she
he
wants to
says
be?
he loves it. He loves the cuddles. He
Oh,
loves that.
yay. Baby cuddles are the best.
And he's saying she always smells really good, and her hair is curly now and darker, and it's my hair color. um,
Blue.
and she's saying that she'll go up and she'll touch someone who seems upset. Put a hand on
Oh,
their
that's interesting.
leg.
How do they respond to that? Do they like it too? Or
They
Sarsahr
get a
babies like
little.
that
He's
too?
saying they think it's adorable, but they are a little surprised at first. But they see it's a baby, and then
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Interesting. Oh, I bet those babies, I bet they're gonna teach you guys, your peeps, plenty. I
Oh,
don't know.
I'm
I
glad
just said
Alice
that.
has empathy. She's got some strong empathy. He says that it almost feels like it hurts her when she sees someone else upset or stressed. And
She needs to learn to tame that shit.
yeah, he's saying she has her mom's gifts. That's cute.
Ryan is like that. He'll just tear up when he sees me cry. Ooh.
Yeah. So he says I try not to show it so much, but she's so intuitive. So it's hard not to. So it makes her, to me, that's why he thinks she's a little more mature or emotionally mature
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
for her
It's
age.
funny. She's like 2 or 3. It's funny.
I know. She's like a little, but she still plays like a little kid and stuff. So I think, yeah, I do feel like she understands and gets it where I'm at and why I'm up there and stuff. He
And
says that
we might still like visit them astrally. I bet we
yeah,
do.
probably. He says I don't know if you do, but he says that well, I forgot what he just said. It just slipped out of my head. That's okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good. It's whatever.
Well, okay. Well, I can ask some other questions. I was going to
Oh,
deviate
he
a little
said
bit,
that
but
he talks to her like an adult, like not baby talk. He just
he's gonna be like, yeah, like Mr. Spock, and be all logical with her.
yeah,
That's what I hear.
because she can handle it. It's not like he doesn't. Yeah, so it's fine.
Avery, do you talk baby talk to Star Fairy?
He says not like a baby voice, but I just talk to her.
Oh.
I don't talk to her about adult stuff. So
So okay, so spacemen, when are we gonna have some more babies? Do you have a plan?
no, no more. Not right now.
Not right now.
Um, it's a handful. We'll wait until they're older, at least when they start school. Um, which will be soon.
Wow.
Maybe. They said
Oh,
maybe. We don't start them too young,
with
like
Gwenny.
humans. Maybe Gwenny. Sometimes they're all looking at each other because I think they're asking each other if Gwenny
She's
would
gonna do
be.
it. Yeah,
I
maybe she's,
think I think she changes. It depends on the teacher. I don't know what they mean by that.
Maybe she's not in the nursery school. Maybe she's with the older kids.
Maybe because I know she said she doesn't always stay with the young kids. She switches. So I don't know. So I don't know how that works.
So do they have, what's she up to? How's Glennie doing, you guys? Do either of you talk to her?
Yes. Avery says not so much me. Sam though. And Avery's like, I like her. She's cool. She's doing fine. Just teaching the usual thing, taking care of her daughter, being a good wife, being happy, being married. And he says that she's just happy. That's his update. So.
Okay, I'll accept that one. Pass on hellos from, I'm going to speak for all of Stardust.
She'll be excited about that. She misses you.
Oh, we'll have to have her come back soon, and definitely when we come out to the desert. So Spaceman, I'll ask Sam, but Avery, you can think of an answer if you have one too. What's going on new in your world? Because it's been so long, like personally, like in your career or your personal life or anything. What's changed since we've last spoken? Or
he says not much. Still all the same thing, same operations, same day, different shit. Same shit, different day. Sorry.
Are you doing the same things too, Avery?
Oh, he was Avery. Avery was talking.
Oh. Okay. What about Sam?
He says my work has gotten more like more of a heavy workload, and I couldn't hear the word he said, but it's something like that. Okay. He says I spend more time at home now and with my daughter. I can do my work now with her by my side. She doesn't wander around too much. Usually I stay in one room and I know she's not going to get into anything. But when I have to go somewhere for a meeting, I'll drop her off at my mom's. But I try not to drop her off so much anymore, just because I don't want to I don't want to stress her out or depend on her too much, She doesn't have a problem with it, but I guess he was having a problem with it.
As a parent, Avery did that too, but mom finally said, knock that shit off. I did too. You feel like such an imposition. Please watch my kid. Even though they're so glad to do it, you can't help but feel that way. It's just a reality.
How's your father doing? He's fine. He's good. He's like, why do you ask? Oh, I was just wondering.
Well, I have a question.
Oh, wait, hold on. I didn't tell you this a while ago when Sam and I spoke. He got some kind of special recognition or something for his hard work.
Well, that's news. I want to hear
it. He's all shy now. He said that he was recognized for his hard work and time and dedication. And so it's not like a promotion, but it was kind of it was a little ceremony too that they did. And did you get some kind of badge or something? He says he got a physical object, almost like a badge thing, a medal or whatever. I don't know. But that's it. It's just quiet now.
Well, congratulations. I'm sure that you earned it. You're just that kind of guy.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so here's my question that it's not really mine, but I feel like inquiring minds will want to know. So what do you guys think, and I don't care who answers, what do you guys think of all the craziness with our elections? Do you have an opinion about that one way or another?
Avery, same shit, different day. Sam, he says he's making fun of Avery. Well, my answer is going to be a little more complex than that.
A little more sophisticated?
Yeah. My guy. Avery's just struggling it's just the same thing.
He is my guy. I'm completely listening to my same bubble.
Sam's saying, I think it's time for humans to grow and learn beyond this idea of what democracy is. He's saying because it seems to not be working very well for you guys, at least from what I've seen, since as long as he's been alive.
Right, for a few hundred years. Whatever.
He says that the common issue is the people. No matter who's in charge, even the people, it's just I feel like you want to say we're not really mature enough to handle what we want a democracy to be. Says maybe. He doesn't quite agree with that assessment that I said. I was trying to help him out because he's pausing between words. I'm not hearing anything.
Okay.
That's okay.
And why do you think you're not hearing anything? Because he's not talking, or because you're just
It could
rusty?
be both. I'm rusty.
Curious.
It could be both. I don't know.
Okay.
I get what I get and don't throw a fit.
All right. Well, I know that was on people's minds, what you guys would think, and somebody, I don't even know what the question was. But
He honestly, Sam kind of agrees with Avery in that it's like it's no different than what has been going on. He's saying that your two-party system doesn't work. And he's saying that, but he doesn't have like a candidate he's for or against. So that I think that's why he keeps pausing, because he wants to make sure.
Welcome to our world.
Doesn't step on any toes and putting up some kind of answer for like what he stands for politically, because he says, I don't care one way or the other. I have no stake in the game.
I wasn't really asking about like your preference so much as just the way that humans are going nuts about it.
He says humans
go nuts about it.
It doesn't matter if it's a monarchy or democracy. We're gonna get a little crazy.
Well, to me, it's another tool that helps us grow. I mean, it's real and we have to deal with it. We're here, but we're humans, and it is one of the ways in which we grow. So
yeah, that's all he has to say about that. He really just sees that it's the same problem that keeps repeating itself when we're not doing anything.
And that is, again, that's a pattern, and it's like a collective pattern as humanity. I know that you're like in this 3D world, and I get that, but it's still a bigger world too. Yeah. So until the humans get their 3D shit together, the expanded place is going to keep throwing these experiences at us, and we'll get it. We will get it. We can only move forward, even a couple steps back.
I know some people are going to say, well, it's because the powers that be won't let us get out of the two-party system. And it's kind of like, well,
no,
it takes time to change.
Well, you know me, I am like a place that I do not believe that I'm a victim to anyone. So those powers that be.
I don't know, powers that be. Sam and I have a joke about that, the cabal, the powers that be. He's like, oh, yes. We make fun of that whole concept. Like, it's so silly to us.
It probably would be silly to me too, but you know what I think of when I hear that word?
What?
I think of Madonna and her love of the Kabbalah, which I don't know what the Kabbalah is, but I know it has nothing to do with the cobble. So to me, I'm just completely confused.
Gobble.
I don't know if that's a group or a person or a religion or I have no idea.
Something about aliens or something.
It is? I thought it was.
Or something about evil humans.
I swear to God, if I had to pick something, I would have gone straight to terrorists.
I don't know, terrorist aliens. The scariest thing you can think of.
Not those guys. Okay, I'm going to scan some questions and just pull some out that seem a little bit, whatever. There's so many of them, and we've already gone so far. So much into this. Okay. Oh, I think I might be just changing my mind.
No, you don't want to.
We've kind of covered them. Like, what do you feel about the pandemic? Things like that. Can you get the cooties?
Can you get the cooties?
You asked about the babies.
Have you guys been going out to Vegas or into town at all?
Streets or anything? Have you seen Martha? Just kidding.
Yeah, her friend Martha. Have you been going out there? No, we haven't been out there since the pandemic. So started because he's saying there's nothing to do. Anyway, and he's saying that there's not enough people out there for us to blend in.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be sore thumbs out there with your super tallness. Yeah, I think we kind of actually went through them all, in our own way. So close enough. Okay. I'm not going to answer. Sorry, people. I ignored all of your questions and made it all about me and Heather. Just kidding. Okay. It really was meant to be a catch up though. And just a chat with the spacemen and see how they were doing and stuff. It's been so long. I mean, I really haven't spoken to Avery like this since I'm not even sure.
Because he misses you, baby.
Oh, I miss you.
And he goes, mwah. He's kissing. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Oh my God. He's so sappy. I love that.
says something about he wants that fine ass soon or something like that. I
I think
don't
he
know.
said fat ass, but that's okay.
Juicy. Something about juicy.
There it is. Oh, you found a good spin. Thanks, babe.
Yeah, my channeling's a little rusty, but I think, we could start doing, I would be open to doing more Stardust videos again. And then I would use those as to help me get back into channeling, not
Okay. Can
dust
I
off
throw
the,
out there my fantasy, my one that I want to do next or
okay.
soon?
Yeah.
Okay, because if I throw it out there, then I can get Avery can give some input if he's interested. But I can have people start turning their gears for questions. And I mentioned it before, but just as in review, Heather and I take turns about who we're going to have on Stardust. And I tried to get Star Fairy on. Remember when we had Alice,
Oh,
future
yeah.
Alice, but Star Fairy would not talk. She hadn't found her voice yet. I bet she would now. I'm not sure because Layla has found her voice. What I want to do, and my boy Josh is totally into this too, because I'm going to absorb into Beautiful Mistress and then cross the galaxies to go find Avery and my family. My children with Avery share the higher selves with my human children that I have now, Ryan, Layla, and Josh. And there will be one other child too. I don't know anything about this one, but Josh will be born. This is all in theory. I don't, this is what I've been told. Things change and, filters happen, but this is what I understand. Josh will be born when I am Beautiful Mistress and I come and find Avery later. So he will not be part human. He'll be whatever Andromedan race, future alien or current alien me is, and Avery. So I'd like to talk to that boy, that man, that future version of Josh when he is that alien kid. And the reason I'm so interested in this is because him, like me, his past life, and I'm sure many of us do this, but I know it. And I've decided, Heather, that one of the reasons that I know about my past life as Mary Anna and how connected it is with this life as Kari is so that I can have compassion and patience and understand why Josh is doing the same thing. Because my boy Josh has a past life that's rooted in a military leader and a president of a country. The first president of Turkey, his name was something like Mustafa Kemal or something like that. And my boy Josh is the most unusual boy to me. He's so into different forms of government. And the way he describes it is very much the way the Sarsahr live now. So my gears are turning and I keep joking, and he totally does rap too. So his first few decades of his life is kind of to transmute and process his past life as this leader. I believe he's going to do something in this world. And I joke to him, I say, how, Ronald Reagan was an actor and became a president, and Donald Trump was a reality show star and became the president. I'm like, you're going to be a rapper because he raps about different governments. I go, you're going to be a rapper and then you're going to become the president of a new America one day and change everything. And he's totally down for that. So I'm, and I don't think they'll give up too much information, his future higher self, soul spirit, whatever. But they might give us some information. He might be able to give us tidbits about how, at least, so the kinds of questions I'm looking for are anything that won't I don't know, because again, they're not going to tell us about stuff going on right now. Yeah. They might, it doesn't hurt to ask, but I'm also looking for questions about how one life carries into another and what the future of politics might be in 300 years. Those are things that they might answer because things change all the time, but they can tell us what it's like, maybe.
Yeah.
So that's what I would like to do, is talk to this future alien version of my boy and find out what, how this life as Josh has bled in from that one before to this one now to the future one, and how it's helped, hindered, changed, just whatever it's done.
So complex what you just said.
It is very complex. Avery, let me ask you, what do you think of, what would it be like to you to hear your future son that hasn't been born yet speak to us?
It'd be
today?
Interesting. He said I wouldn't ever think that would be possible, but he's like, at this point, I don't care. He says, I don't know.
Well, we talked to future Alice.
Yeah, that's what he means, with everything that we've done so far.
Oh, okay. So it's I can't say that can't. Okay, I got it. I know, it's so interesting. I don't have an expectation. I'm not connected to an outcome. So even if he says, sorry, I don't have my voice either, I'm busy rapping as Josh and I'm not talking to you, I can do that too. But now I put it out there, so now the pressure's on him.
Knowing him, he won't care.
Josh, you're right. You got my boy down. He will not care.
We like deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you guys want to say? We love Avery saying I love you, I miss you. Miss Stardust, he says. He's saying that Star Fairy says hi. You know, probably kind of like that thing where you hold your child and say, tell him to say hi. Tell him to say hi.
Oh, hi, baby. Can you see her? Is she there? Do you see babies?
I'm always like, I'm second guessing, but yeah, I get nervous that maybe I'm making it up.
Okay, that's okay. Make it up. Tell me what you see. It could be your fantasy version of how cute she is.
Her hair seems like it's messy right now.
Gumming it.
And she's wearing a diaper and a top, like a shirt. Is she wearing pants? No, she's just.
That's my girl.
And she's just chewing on her hand, I think, just
Aww.
biting it. Sam, anything you want to say? He says he loves me. Thanks. I love you too. And he says he misses me and he wants to have more. He wants to talk to me alone. Oh, okay. Am I in trouble? He says no. Do you want to be?
Yeah, a little bit.
Maybe a little bit. He says he looks forward to, more Stardust videos and stuff. So,
you know what I was thinking too, that, we both kind of became, we had to do our human stuff and we're still going to, but I missed this. I missed, even though, they're not spirit, I still missed connecting with the other places and, the other energies, the other beings. I love this. I needed a break too.
Yeah.
But I did miss this. This is something special. So
yeah,
I'm hoping that, I'm glad we both kind of feel in this way. And, you kept saying in the posts, or even just to me personally, I can't remember, but you feel like it's not over. It's just changing a little bit. Yeah. So we'll find our way. No matter what it is, we'll find our way.
Also, we're still doing a Stardust event. Hopefully,
we're kind of reluctant to do a date.
Yeah.
But as far as I'm concerned, that shit's still happening. Even if we never did another video again, I still feel like it would be magic to reconnect with humans with like minds after being, in our own little cults for so long. Let's get the Stardust cult
our cult with 7 roommates.
Right.
Yes. There's so many. It's great, but whatever. Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm really glad for you. You sound like you're having a good time. It does
I
sound
am.
fun.
We just so I did to me what hardcore drugs are for the first time during quarantine. And that's because of my roommates. They had a dealer. Well, we did ecstasy, and that was my first time doing a drug like that. Sam loved watching me on ecstasy, said it was adorable watching me. I'm so weird on it, but I love it. But I never thought I would do something like that, do a drug like that. But quarantine does that to you.
I was pissed.
Quarantine does it to you. Okay, it was quarantine time, and I feel like in the future, if I ever have kids, be like, what did you do to survive in the quarantine pandemic? I did ecstasy, to be honest. I was drunk the whole time. So much drinking took place. It's been amazing. I never had my party years. I never had that.
Right, you didn't do that shit. I stuffed so much cocaine up my nose in college.
Yeah, I haven't had my party years, so I'm just starting now, and I'm like, it's a great time. I have
I know, you don't have to worry about drinking and driving. You're home. You live in the party.
Yes.
I was thinking about that too. I live with my best friends too. I'm just telling you, Ryan and Layla are like my little besties. We get to live with our best friends during the quarantine. That's awesome.
It's great.
I don't do drugs with them though.
The funny fucking story is that my house, roommates and stuff, we did so much ecstasy in such a short amount of time that the one dealer in our town that was the only person that had ecstasy, we just
cleaned them out.
We cleaned them out within a few months. It's fucking hilarious. And I'm like, wow, because it's hard to come by, I guess. And so it's just.
Party's over. Party's over. Drugs.
Yeah, we did all the drugs. So one time my sister was one of my other sisters was talking about, yeah, man, we want to do some ecstasy, but there's no ecstasy. My one dealer I went to. And I was like, I'm sorry, that was my fault. We did it all. We did all of it. But it was so much fun when I'm on it, like everything, like I can hear the plants and stuff. And so I go and I pick up some grass. I'm like, you need some life force energy. And I'm throwing grass at people. Life force energy.
See, I got drug envy and hair envy. Could you just stop?
I love it. But now I'm on
I need the life force
antidepressants.
energy. I need some grass.
Yeah. I'm on antidepressants now. So I don't want to do
Yeah, those things,
stuff.
that stuff, those, that I don't know. I've never done ecstasy, but I can only imagine that, when you crash the next day, it just sucks all of the happy out of you. I don't know. That's what
So
cocaine
I'm
did to me.
good. I'm good off doing it now, but it was fun while it lasted. It was a good little bit. And then I don't even smoke weed anymore. I'm not interested in any of that stuff. I got it out of my system. So I'm good.
Oh, that's like me with my food. You had to binge on drugs to get over it. I hope I'll never be done with my weed binge, but I do remember 2018 was my year of alcohol. I just can't get that back, and I guess that's good.
I smoke like sometimes if I'm having like it's more for like having a really bad day, like mentally. It really helps to make me mellow out and stuff. So it's not really like something I'm doing all the time every day. Maybe like once a month if I'm having a bad day or something. So
that's good. If you're not interested in it, that's good. But I do it for everything.
I was so worried I would become a drug addict with all of this, and then I just like after like 3 months I was over it, and I'm like, okay,
that's cool. Well, maybe that's how my food thing will be. Instead of having that big exorcism, I'll just be like, I'm done.
Yeah, you'll be done. I'm done.
Okay. I'm actually learning so much cool stuff about that. So if anybody's interested, I'm doing this intuitive eating thing. It's so trippy. It's like not even, it's like a whole thing. So you can go listen to that stuff. I don't want to, bore you guys here if you're not into it, because this is space stuff.
Space eating.
But I'm really learning a whole lot more about bodies, nutrition, food, diet that I didn't even know existed. I had no idea about this stuff.
Learning. The more you know.
The more you know.
All right. Well, we'll wrap this up. I got to pee and I'm hungry. So.
Okay. I don't have to pee, but I'm going to go eat food. I like it.
I want food. I'm going to have some hot Cheetos. Yes. And
I got to go invent dinner. It's 5:00 here. I'm going to go put my roast in the Instapot robot.
No, I don't want a roast. I want hot Cheetos. I want hot Cheetos and a shot of vodka.
Really? So I'm going to get super stoned and then I'll want that pot roast.
No, I might take an edible maybe. I don't know. Ooh, that sounds like fun.
It does.
Getting crossfaded, like weed and alcohol. I'm going to have a good night. I'm going to watch Star Wars.
Are you really? I thought you didn't watch Star Wars.
No, that just sounds like fun right now for some reason.
I think you should. Do a little Star Wars.
While high. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we got our plans.
We got our plans.
Got our plans.
Same plan as every day for me.
Woo! Just eat.
All right, baby girl. I love you. I had a really great date with you. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.